super hyped for that show.
What is that on?
I haven't even started that.
Is that Amazon? FX?
I think. Yes. No, Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Hulu? I might start
Yes.
watching
It's
that,
on
'cause I
Zorbo.
heard a couple people.
You can catch it on Global.
Yep.
I've heard a couple people talk about it, and I'm like, okay, I was interested in it, kind of, but after a couple things
I
that
mean,
people have
Timothy
said, I'm
Oliphant's
like,
in
no,
it,
it's really.
so
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything
like,
to me.
I was in day one because Timmy O was in it. So the first episode was genuinely pretty interesting. And oh boy, did they get a budget based on that first episode, but it feels like it's literally the first episode is the budget, probably the finale has got a budget. Everything else feels like it's just going to be a box episode, which I'm fine with because it's the aliens aesthetic box. So I'm good with that.
There's already 6 episodes. So does it follow, like, close, or does it kind of follow,
Nope.
like, the book where the aliens do invade Earth?
No, completely different from Earth Hive.
Because that book, like, just
Earth Hive
gently
is fucking great.
caresses the notion of it, and then you just see all the fucking aftermath.
Yep. Oh, there's Shino in chat who did send me a Discord question saying, "How was it?" And my response is, "I forgot to respond because I've been working 14-hour shifts."
All right.
Although I did find a photo, I was trying to find a photo of me and my friend who died recently. So I was trying to find a photo of me and him, and I was going through a bunch of really old photos, and I found a photo of Shino when he was like 9, and it's just like, yeah, I'm not going to show this to everybody because that's just embarrassing. Also, I found myself with giant pork chops, which is just great.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Like, I took the middle bit off, and I just had the middle and the stasher gun, and I just had pork chops.
Oh yeah.
I've done every facial hair. I've done the pork chops, the goatee, everything.
Are you guys ready to get started?
Sure.
All right, let's get started here in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to a brand new episode of That Video Game Podcast, aka TVGP. I'm your very under the weather host, Boston, joined as always by Moonpier.
Hello.
And the Nymph.
Hello, and that's when my neighbor decided to drive by with their diesel.
It's usually the way it goes.
All right, let's put a quick plug here for E1M1.cash.
Ones are numericals.
It's a good time to remind you all that this is a listener-supported show. If you'd like to support us, you can do so over there. The $5 a month tier is a recommended one that gets you everything, including the weekly uncensored Outcast. We're talking about all the cool stuff that's going on in our lives. Maybe less cool stuff this week, which is why I'm under the weather. I got the double jab, and I'm just under the weather.
Maybe a little feverish, one might say.
Yes, I got a fever, and it's caused by the COVID vaccine. Which, by the way, get the COVID vaccine if you're able to. You get early access to We Were Like and Critical Misses. You get exclusive access at the $5 tier or higher to the Critical Misses production meeting, and the Wayward Sons Supernatural TV show watchcast that Moon and Nymph are going through. All that and more. E1M1.cash.
Ones and numbers.
All right, Moon. What have you been playing this past week?
Well, if you listen to the pre-show, you'll hear me talk about how I have basically zero time, as usual, really. And it's probably going to be continuing for around about 6 more months. You haven't saved me. So I only really played 2 games this week. Okay. One, because I wanted my hard drive space back, which is Doom Eternal. Not Doom Eternal, Doom the Dark Ages. I have finished Doom the Dark Ages.
Okay.
I have every achievement on Doom the Dark Ages.
Dang, okay.
I saw Shino, if that was you in chat sending me a Discord message, I'm going to be very annoyed with you, just so you know, because I got the Discord notification in my ear holes.
Keep sending them.
Boop, boop. Now recording.
Yes. Wait, Carl is active, right? Did we actually activate Carl?
Yeah, we did.
Craig is active,
Carl, yeah, Craig.
Okay. Correct. Yeah, Carl is a different bot, I'm thinking.
Carl is what we call him.
Yeah, Carl's the turtle bot.
Yeah.
Yes. Mechanically, I really loved playing this game. And with the exception of like 2 or 3 beats, the story was just super middle of the road for me. Is this game old enough for me to spoil?
Let's put a spoiler alert here and say Moon's gonna spoil Doom in the Dark Ages.
Yeah, so that came out
Yes,
last
sure.
year, or was that earlier this year?
Late last year, yes.
I'll put a spoiler
Just in
alert.
time to not be played
Yeah.
for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
When the game starts, you are controlled by the angelic races from the previous Doom games, the makers.
Mm-hmm.
And you are basically helping the Sentinels, which is human-esque people, fight against the hordes of hell. And you are like basically shot out of a cannon to go and deal with the problems as they arise, and then teleported back.
Okay.
The Slayer does not like being tethered, we'll say.
That tracks.
So the Slayer does something really hilarious and dies in this game.
Okay, that's really good.
And then there's an entire level where you play as Zombie Slayer, trying to get back to the mortal realm again.
Oh, okay.
He's got the Marvel What If face and everything going on.
Wow. He's gonna repatriate.
Yes, he's going to repatriate, and he does so by the Sentinels, the human people, doing the ancient rites of their people, and putting the Doom sigil on his grave, and summoning him back with the final words of the summoning ritual being to rip and tear until it is done.
There you go. That's where it is.
I was like, oh, now you got me. Now this is a great moment, as he like literally climbs out of his grave, gets his helmet back, and just walks away.
That's great. Like enough tongue-in-cheek to know what they're doing and leaning into it like just far enough.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna stand up, get my helmet, put it on my head, and walk away from all of these people. And then he's literally walking to where they open a hell portal for him to jump through, essentially. Like that's literally what they do. It's like, okay, this is the moment that lore pointed to in the original Doom, where it's like, yeah, him and a bunch of soldiers went to fight in hell, and everybody else died except for him. And it's like, okay, I know where this is going.
Right.
I know exactly where this is going.
That's pretty good.
It's like the end of the game is like, yeah, we don't know where he is. He can't be found. Like we literally don't know. And then it cuts to literally hell, and he's in the maker ship above them, teleporting himself to the ground so he can go fight some hell demons.
That's
It's like,
pretty
okay. Okay, this is good.
Doing what he
Now,
loves.
how did he get into?
Right.
How did he get into that coffin? Is what I want to know.
Yeah,
Is it a
like there's
coffin?
still
Sarcophagus.
more
How did he get in there?
Doomslayer stories left to be told.
Yes. And like I said, mechanically, I enjoyed it. It was really good. It's just the story, the music. There was so much disappointing about it at the same time. It's just like, okay, whatever. Like it is what it is. I beat it. I got the full gamer score. I signed off for my next Doom invention, and I uninstalled that bad boy because it was 90 gigs.
Sheesh.
And I have Helldivers 2 to install, please and thank you.
That's right,
And
yeah, there you
Silksong
go.
to install, please and thank you. I can install those two games, and it takes up half the space of Doom, by the
Jeez.
by, just so you know.
Wild.
And the majority of that is Helldivers, because that's like 30 gigs.
Yeah.
But no, I installed those two. I will hopefully be playing them. I was going to try and play Helldivers with Rob yesterday, and then I got home from work because I had to work on Saturday because of the holiday. Promptly fell asleep because I am broken and exhausted and tired. With that being said, the only other thing I played was the Sega Genesis collection. Because friend of the show, Pharaoh, decided to bring it up and remind me that I needed a couple of achievements in it, which we talked about previously. So I got the Shining Force challenge done. I got the Vectorman 2 challenge done, which when was the
Vectorman
last time you
2?
heard the name Vectorman? Like,
I love
Shockingly, not that long ago.
I love the
Yeah,
first Vector Man game. Well, I loved it when I was growing up. I'm not even entirely sure I knew there was a Vector Man 2.
it's not great.
Yeah.
It's a side-scrolling shoot 'em up with like. This tells you how I have evolved as a human. When I was a child, I absolutely despised games where you could hold a button to plant yourself and then use your directions to aim. Like
Mm.
that was my least favorite type of like shooting mechanic is like hold this button and you'll stand still.
Right.
I hated that. Now I would do anything to have that because it's like, no, I don't want to run into these pixelated snails and lose some health. I want to shoot them, but I can't shoot diagonally without without running,
Right.
essentially. So I was very, very annoyed, we'll say, with that. But I got that dumb achievement. I got all of the challenges achievement in the game, which leaves me with one left to get.
Okay.
It's the hula dance in ToeJam and L2.
Oh boy.
Boston, is this one of the worst games that ever existed?
It's certainly one of the biggest whiplashes between ToeJam and Earl 1 being what it was. Like, whether or not you enjoyed it or not, it's definitely, especially at the time, was very unique.
Mm-hmm.
I have read interviews with the developers for this game, for ToeJam and Earl 2. I still don't understand what the hell happened. It's
Like,
it's bad.
it's not great, dude.
No.
It doesn't control well. It doesn't play well. The whole trying to make this like buried secrets kind of thing where you can interact with the background all the time is very interesting and super annoying.
Mm-hmm. Because like the
'Cause it's
idea here in the second game is, in the first game, your spaceship crashed on Earth, and you have to get the pieces of your ship back together to go back to your planet of Funkatron. And in this game, the Earthlings have invaded Funkatron, so you get to finally explore that planet, and there are kind of interesting mechanics here, like you're throwing jars at aliens to trap them, and
No, you're throwing jars at humans to trap
sorry,
them, bro.
yeah, you're sorry, I'm very under the weather.
I mean, humans are aliens. I guess from ToeJam and L's perspective, they are aliens, though. So
True,
you are
yeah.
correct from a certain point of view.
But you're throwing them at the Earthlings to kind of trap them, and like that doesn't feel good, and the platforming feels imprecise in a really frustrating way. And so much of this game, like you said, really does deal with you like scouring the background for bushes to interact with, and then something will pop out of a bush, and then all of a sudden a button will pop up, and you push that button, and then a present pops up with a bunch of arrows on it, and you pick up that present, and then another button pops up, and you push that, and then an exit shows up, and it's like, why are we doing any of this? Like, why
Yep.
was any of this good?
And what is going on with those secret stages exactly? Because they are probably the most annoying secret stages I have ever played.
They're unhinged.
I don't know if it's the same degree of annoyingness as the Sonic one, the
It
2D plane spinning location.
it's up there,
Because it's
man.
side-scrolling running thing that's all psychedelic colored and everything else, and it's just like, oh,
Let me see if I
like,
can
okay.
find it here in this video. It's an experience for sure.
Oh yes, it's definitely an experience, more than a little bit of one.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, the really annoying part is I'm literally just running through the level right now, trying to find the stupid hula hoop girl, who apparently is randomly generated.
Of course. Why wouldn't they be?
RNG strikes again.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This game was. I liked
It's
ToeJam
not great.
3, the one on Xbox. I thought that one was okay. I have a lot of feelings about the most recent ToeJam and Earl game that stem from the studio more than anything else, which I won't get into here. And I like the first one. Man, ToeJam and Earl 2 is... it's just a bad game, man. Like,
It's not
it,
great.
and it's all like you can see what they're going for, and I just
They go for cool spot, is what they're going for.
Yeah,
They're
they're
going
going
for a
for cool
mascot
spot.
platformer
but
when
like
there was
not.
so many of them.
I love Cool Spot though, man. That game's great.
Cool Spot was very fun.
Yeah, this is just like
What was the one that began with a Z? Zorg?
Zoop, something like that. But yeah, this game is bad. Just kind of no two
Not
ways
great.
about it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm just playing it, so I literally have quick saved and quick loaded it to the point where I'm just cannot wait until I get my final achievement, do the hula dance, and then as soon as I've got that, I'll be done. I can uninstall this no longer available game
Right.
and just move on with my life.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I should do anyway, but I'm not going to because I have a problem. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
All right, Nimp, what do you
Awesome.
have?
Speaking of uninstalling things,
The Division 2. No.
No. I think that one's
If it
going to be
wasn't
permanent for a
120
while.
gigs, I'd be tempted to.
Yeah, it's so really big.
Yeah, but no. So I after our podcast yesterday, I went back to play Atelier Yuma
Mm-hmm.
and got to the final boss. I think I actually got to the final boss Monday afternoon after work, but played a lot more after the podcast. And the final boss is apparently your crafting checkpoint, the wall
Oh.
that you need to climb, because that thing wiped me so hard.
Hmm.
It has multiple phases, but once you get to the second phase, all of its attacks turn into one-hit kills.
Oh, good.
Okay, that's not horrific, because I crafted this revival bouquet like forever ago and have never needed to do it or use it because nothing has come close to killing me. So
Mm.
let's give this thing a go. And I pull that thing out and I can't revive anybody. I'm like, what is going on?
Hmm.
And I know there is a mechanic in this game where you can change your characters from being like melee to ranged.
Mm.
And I don't know if it impacts all the items, but there are some items that are impacted depending on if you're ranged or close, what it actually does. So I'm like,
Okay.
okay, let me switch between the two and see what happens. No change, can't revive anybody, end up getting killed. It's like, cool.
Hmm.
Pull up the item now that I had to reload my save. It's like, why did this thing not work? It's got the skill and everything on there. It's got, I forget what the actual skill is, but it calls it like revival something. And I really dig down into the menu and find out that it is just called revival.
Oh,
It does not actually revive.
super good.
Basically casts like a regain on your characters.
Great.
And I'm like, so where's the actual revival item?
Right.
Because like I said, I haven't come close to anything even kind of getting ready to kill me, so it's never been a thing I've had to look into. So I had to
Right.
go and search online and found out there is an item called the Re-Energizer,
Okay.
and that is the item that actually revives you.
Naturally.
Cool, and it's one of the items that I hadn't made yet, because you have to get the way the crafting system works is for you to unlock a recipe. In some cases, you have to have certain items that you've found, and once you've found however many items, you can then unlock the recipe, and then you can actually craft the item.
Mm.
And there's this one, I think it was called like the lightning crab or something like that, that I didn't do because I had absolutely no interest in messing with the fishing game in this game.
Oh, okay.
Like, okay, this one time I'll go ahead and start fishing so I can get this item so I can craft this reviving item that I need to beat this stupid boss. Do that. I create the item. I also go in and just update their weapons and armor just because, like, I've already done this once. Let me just go over everything real quick just to make sure I'm going to be okay, because I do not want to do this fight again.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did, because there is like a 5 to 10 minute unskippable cutscene
Of course.
before the fight even starts.
Why wouldn't there be?
You can fast forward it,
Okay.
but it doesn't go that fast.
Jeez.
So all right, cool. Now that I finally got past everything, went through all 4 stages of this boss fight, beat it. It's like, cool.
Nice.
I think I'm done with this game now. Like, I have no real interest to really go back to it and check it out more, which kind of sucks, because I know there's a bunch of systems and stuff that I did not really touch, because I'm like, there's no need for me to, and I'm kind of not interested in doing it right now.
Right.
So it's a fine game, but I can't fully recommend this as someone's first. I mean, I guess if you don't want to put much effort into the crafting, maybe I would recommend this one, because it does seem fairly easy and because everything is streamlined so much. But if you were really thinking, oh, I want to dig into all the fun little crafting stuff that you can do, this really isn't the one for that. It doesn't feel like. But I mean, I beat it, and I can say that I enjoyed it. Like, I don't have anything really bad to say about it, so
It just kind of
fine.
wasn't what you were looking for, like out of an Atelier game.
And it's really weird too, because coming off of Riza and them talking about how Riza really put the games on the map for a lot of people, and really opened it up, I was kind of expecting them to not stray too far from that path, and then for them to be like, oh yeah, no, we're changing everything now that we have all these people in here.
Right.
It's like, okay, but it feels like you changed it too much.
Yeah.
Like you kind of alienated the core audience that has been supporting you this entire time, so that way it can be more open and available for everyone else, which I don't have an issue with. But it's like, I think you guys went too far in one direction, and now when the next game comes out, if the combo, or I'm sorry, the command-based one with the shop in it, if that one goes all the way back to how they used to be, it's gonna shell shock a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Atelier Yuma, it's a fine game. I enjoyed it enough to beat it.
Yeah.
So the next game that I was playing, because I had beaten Yuma so quickly, I was like, well, I've got another game that's really short. I'm gonna pop this in, and that is RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business.
It's a full sequel, right?
Yeah, kinda.
I think it's more like a 1.5.
Yeah, so basically what had happened was Unfinished Business was meant to be DLC, and then they just kept adding to it, and eventually we're like, well, we're just gonna kind of release it as like an expansion. So
The Silksong of RoboCop games.
Yeah,
I see how
exactly.
it is.
yes. So it all feels and looks exactly the same. The whole point of this is right after the game, the first game. The police station has been attacked, and they stole a bunch of OCP equipment, including the chair that RoboCop uses. You later find out that the whole reason that the chair was stolen was because they were trying to hack in. This group was trying to hack into OCP, and the way to do that is to have the chair and RoboCop, because RoboCop has like a bunch of this backdoor access that OCP never cleared out and never fixed. You know, your general IT shenanigans stuff.
Yeah.
Of it works fine, why touch it? So this takes place in the Delta City Tower, which was something that they were building, I believe, in the third movie. It was hinted at in the second movie, and it was something that they were actively trying to build in the third movie. So this technically takes place after the third movie, which no one kind of likes anyway. So,
Okay.
you know, there's that. Everything is exactly the same, which is great, because I really loved Rogue City. So you don't start out with all of your stuff, because it is a completely different game. So previous save, like, nothing transfers or anything. You're basically starting a whole brand new game, which is perfectly fine. It is a shorter experience. It's also half price. Like I think the original game was also $30, but this game is $30, and it. Well, I also platinumed this game. For me to platinum this game, it was about 8 to 9 hours altogether, and it's just a straight run. It does not have any of the open world segments that the first game had.
Oh, okay.
It's all just a shooting gallery, which is fantastic. You're constantly heading in one direction. There's some kind of open areas, but they're not huge. But there's enough hidden stuff that it's worth you exploring, kind of going off the path to check things out. But it's basically like an 80s shooting gallery.
That's great.
The Auto 9 still feels great to run around with. You are encouraged to run around with other weapons. I had found that when you breach a wall, anytime you breach a door or a wall, you get that whole slowdown effect. So that way you have time to pick and shoot your targets. The combat shotgun turned into my favorite kind of shotgun because you don't need to pump it every time you shoot it. So it was just aim, blast, and I would usually clear out a room before the slowdown effect stopped.
Oh, wow.
All right, that turned into my thing until I found another weapon later on called like the Cryo Blaster or something like that. And it's basically a charged shot weapon, and it lobs like this ball of ice, and as soon as it touches anything, it explodes, and there's just ice everywhere, on the floor, on the walls, depending on where you were shooting it. Like, it basically just freezes that whole area, and it was basically a one-hit kill for large groups.
Nice. That's
and
super cool.
I totally forgot to mention that, like, the bone shredder became like my favorite weapon in Doom Eternal. The second version of the one that loads with skulls. So good.
The best thing about this weapon is that not only is everything frozen in place now, it also creates barriers because of enemies now being frozen in place. So it makes it difficult for other enemies to come through that same door because you basically just froze everything off in that area. And this game does have gore because it's RoboCop. It is not the PG-13 RoboCop. And when you shoot someone who was frozen there, depending on what you shoot them with, you get that whole thing. Or even if you like dash through them, like do a dash attack, you get the thing where it's like if you turn back around and look, there's their feet and their shins, and the rest of them are just gone.
Jeez.
Like it's kind of awesome. So I had an absolute blast playing this game. It basically just felt like watching another movie. You're just walking through, enemies are popping up, and you're all shooting each other. You feel really like it. You feel like you're playing RoboCop.
Yep.
It's like I just tank everything, pop on shields. I do the slowdown mechanic. There is parts where it's like you just grab guys and throw them into other guys, or you do like finishing moves of you slamming people into like air conditioning units and stuff like that, and it's as violent as you want it to be. That is my takeaway for this. So I had a ton of fun playing it. Just like the original RoboCop game, it is also a very simple platinum, which is why I got it, because I got to the end of the game, and I think I only had to go back for like one more trophy, and I got the platinum for it.
Wow.
So it's not anything difficult. There is no New Game Plus. It still does not have any actual hard saves. It's all auto saves. But it saves so often that it is easier. If you miss an achievement or a trophy, you can go back through one of your old saves and just do the thing real quick. I think when I beat the game, it had like 120 some odd autosaves in the system.
Oh, wow.
So it's easy for you to go back and do whatever it is you need to do if you missed it. But I had a ton of fun. I would highly recommend playing RoboCop Rogue City and then picking up Unfinished Business, because they are basically back to back, and there is a lot of stuff in here that you're not, unless you've seen the movies, you're not really going to get it. But both games are great. Like, this company's kind of at the point where I'm like, all right, if you guys release another Terminator game or another 80s action video game, I am gonna buy it day one, sight unseen now, because I feel like they've put out enough feel-good games right now that I'm like, okay, I feel like I can trust you with this. You guys seem to know what you're doing. So that's it for RoboCop. Great game. Fun. go enjoy it to your heart's content. My last game, and this one's going to be super short. I did play a little bit of Division 2. My son actually just texted me right now while we were recording that he has finally done the first New York mission, so we can finally go do the DLC now.
Nice.
But outside of that, though, the only thing that I have to really talk about is I did change my striker build so that way I had Catharsis on as my mask. And oh boy, has that made a huge difference, especially running around with that shield that I was talking about last week. Having that shield taking damage also counts towards the damage counter for Catharsis. So once that shield hits that limit, Catharsis drops down that healing cloud. So I am front row shield up shooting things, just getting healed.
Full tank build.
Yeah, like
that's wild.
The only time I've come close to having problems is if I push a little too far and I start getting surrounded.
Right.
Because then the shield and my armor are taking damage instead of just the armor. But that's also why I have the Reviver Hive on me. So,
there you go.
Yeah, so outside of that, like, having Catharsis has really made the difference.
It's really strong, yeah.
Yeah, so that's all I've been messing with. I've been helping out people with random stuff. I think I'm at like 124 right now, working on 125 for the season pass thing.
Okay.
I want to try to get to 130.
Right.
But we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I've been mostly just helping out people, doing the daily, which is usually just completing a certain mission on hard and running that with randos to help them out. And that's it. Like, I'm not necessarily grinding for anything. I'm just kind of keeping with it until the new season drops here in less than a week-ish.
Yeah,
so
Lawrence is on Tuesday, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. I just run around another game where I'm just running around shooting things, having a blast. So
yeah,
I just gotta go ahead.
All I did this week was hit 130, and that was actually pretty easy. So I'll get my was it Lexington? I think it is at 130. So we'll see how that does. Might be nice to have another option, like AR option rather than St. Elmo's to run, but we'll see.
Yeah, and I don't know, because now I'm kind of at the point too where it's like I'm kind of getting used to the electric bullets. So it's gonna throw me off if I swap in the Lexington. It's like, oh, that's right. Now I have to actually try a little harder. Now it's the same thing with the Pestilence. I get so used to it. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, so that's it. Eventually, I'll start grinding for different builds and stuff. I know Pharaoh was talking about in Discord. They posted a Heartbreaker build video.
Okay.
That I have yet to watch because I have heard a lot of people talk about the Heartbreaker. I'm like, maybe one day I'll check out the build, because now I'm just at the point where it's like, let's find another build to just kind of mess with and see what happens.
Yeah, you never know if you'll find one that's like, no, this is exactly how I want to play. Like, I know there are a ton of really good shield builds out there. And there's actually, I'm sure you've seen it with Rogold's videos, but the exotic weapon from the climax mission for next season will be that full auto pistol. So you can use it while you're using your shield. So that seems pretty strong.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be fun. Maybe something to mess with the Tinkerer mask and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, right now I'm just messing around. Nothing is fully optimized. It's just, okay, I threw some of the stuff together. This feels like it's working well. I was even thinking today, like, maybe I can finally bump this up to heroic, because my world difficulty has been challenging. So I'm like, maybe I can bump the world difficulty up to heroic and go see how that feels.
Everybody always says that like challenging is kind of the best, because I think for every tier you go up, like it's a 2% increased chance for loot. So people are always like, well, the highest difficulty is too hard for the amount of loot you get. And it's like, yeah, I can sort of see that. That's why I usually keep it on challenging, is because I'm kind of like, I'm strong enough to just have fun on challenging, as opposed to like having to really kind of super sweat about it.
Yeah, and that's with like Countdown. I know everyone had said it's like don't go higher than challenging on Countdown because it's not worth the time investment with the
Exactly.
rewards that you get. Challenging is that sweet spot, but for like everything else, like I'm just curious because one day it's like I want to play like one of the legendary
Yeah.
missions
Hmm.
difficulties.
I still haven't
Right
done
now, yeah, I was gonna say right now I have issues with master difficulty, which is considered one step lower than legendary.
that.
So it's
Right.
like I can't even imagine the chaos that legendary is gonna bring.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but yeah, that's everything that I've played this week. So, how about you, Boston?
Hollow Knight Silksong.
All
Is
right,
the only
news
game I've played
stories.
this week.
No,
That's
Uh,
it.
yep, that's it. That's Hollow Knight, and that's it. That's the episode. Um, I will address the question that people are probably going to ask first thing, which is, do I need to play Hollow Knight before I play Silksong? I'm going to say no from a storyline perspective. I'm about like 4 and change hours through it now. From a storyline perspective, they don't seem like they're connected in that way. From a gameplay perspective, you absolutely should play Hollow Knight first. Silksong is immediately a much more difficult game. It is a much faster game. Hornet's acrobatics are much, much more interesting and much faster than the first game. And once you get past the kind of first area in the game, a lot of the enemies hit you for 2 health each attack. And in Hollow Knight, that took a number of areas before you started seeing that sort of stuff. So I think you could start with this game as your very first one if you wanted to. I mean, you should play Silksong because it's really good, or Hollow Knight because it's really good. But I think that'll kind of get you a little bit more ready for Silksong. Compared to the first one, this one, I think, looks and sounds largely the same as the first one. I think it looks a little sharper, but not to the point where it's a totally different game. It does have way more text in it. Not in a bad way, but everybody that you're running into that's friendly, number one, are great characters, and I love each and every single one of them. But they have their own story to tell, which I feel like is quite a bit different from a lot of the characters in the first game. I haven't found my Baffinata for this game quite yet. That kind of like vocal stim that the first one had. I'm sure we'll
my
we'll
God, I
find
remember
one.
everyone being obsessed with that.
Because you had to talk to her so often, and her going, Baffinata. Like that was.
To the point that one of the people that I still watch streaming when I can catch them, that's one of their channel like soundboard things that you
Oh,
can still
right.
activate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super good. The map person in this game is really good. They're not humming like the dude in the first game. They're singing this really fun song, and you can actually, unlike the first game, where he had those little sorry, I realized the gameplay wasn't here on screen. Little pieces of paper behind him. She has these kind of giant rings around. So she's really great. There's a character I really like. I think his name is Sherma. It's this little guy who is playing he has like a bell and a little bangy thing, and is just playing music and singing in front of locked gates. And then as soon as you kind of go all the way around and come back and unlock the shortcut, Sherman's always like, look at the power of my singing. Yay. I was so good. And it's just, It's really great. Like from a storyline perspective, it's really great. But from there's Sherma on screen.
I was gonna say, is that the one that someone had posted the thing about? I've only known this character for like a day, and if anything happens to him, I will kill everyone in this room and myself.
Yep. It's also really interesting though because Sherma is always singing. As you kind of are closing the loop on the shortcut, you know you're going the right direction because you can hear them singing again. It's very much like
That's cool.
Very much like the map person of like, oh, I hear someone singing. I need to stop what I'm doing right now and figure out where they are. So it's kind of neat to have another avenue for that of like you're kind of going the right way. You're probably going to open these shortcuts anyway because it's this kind of Metroidvania / light Dark Souls sort of thing that is Silksong. But it's kind of an interesting gameplay thing. Gosh, what else? I've fought a whole ton of bosses so far. All of them have been really great. A couple have... They're one, the Bell Beast, which was really early on, really kicked my teeth in for quite a while. I think that was the second boss I fought. I fared a lot better on some of the other ones. The thing that there's so many changes in this that are kind of small and interesting. There are 2 currencies in this. One's the rosary beads, which seems to replace Geo from the first one. And the other one is bone shards, and that is a new one that surprisingly has a cap on it. At the point where I'm at, you can only hold 400 of them, and I'm not entirely sure why that is or where I can really spend them. So that currency is a bit surprising because anytime I try to go buy something from a vendor or someone you run out in the world, or if you're unlocking like a fast travel point or unlocking a bench or something, it's all rosary beads. So that's kind of surprising so far. You can mantle up and over ledges, and you can actually, as you're mantling, you can jump again to get a lot more height, which has been interesting. And the most divisive thing here in this game so far is when you hold down and you attack, unlike the first Hollow Knight where you just do that downward slash, she does an angled 45-degree slash.
Heard a lot of people crying about that.
A lot of people seem to really hate it, and I think part of it is I had this question for my chat when I started streaming this of when you play a 2D side-scrolling game like this, are you a D-pad player or are you a analog stick player?
Mm-hmm.
And
those subs and dubs.
It's the old subs and dubs. But like, for me, when I'm playing a game like this, I am playing with the D-pad because I want that kind of level of control. For me, like, I'm sure some people are like, well, I can control just fine with the analog stick. I'm sure you can, but how it feels for me is I need that kind of D-pad sort of thing. And I wonder if the difference for people here is using something like the D-pad or using something like the analog stick for controlling this, or are they trying to hold down and right or down and left and do the slash when you only need to hold straight down? I'm not entirely sure. I think I know where the frustration comes from, is that once you get into, I think, the third area, you need to do back-to-back bouncing angled jumps off of stuff in the environment. So you're kind of you need to like bounce this way and then off of it and then back the other way and then back the same way to kind of like zigzag up through an area. And it's pretty fair about teaching you how to do it at the beginning. And then after a little bit, it's just like, no, man, there's spikes under there now. So good luck. And so far, it hasn't really felt unfair from a standpoint of using that. But I'm not really having the same frustrations that a lot of people are, but I think it's one of those things that I think I can see why people are having trouble, and if they're not clicking with how acrobatic this game is, then I think I could understand that being a real frustration.
Yeah. It's so pervasive that on my TikTok there was a video about how to get whatever thing allows you to go straight down instead of vertically.
Okay, I have seen. I don't have it, but I have seen some people be like,
okay,
oh, that's not a problem for long, wink. Or people just being like, you get a thing later to do the thing, don't worry. But it's so funny, like, at this point, I'm not sure I would change to it because I now have, like, the muscle memory. Yeah, I'm used to it now. So, like, I'm not sure I would want to switch to the other one. I'm not sure. It's interesting. Much of the rest of the game feels the same. I'm trying to think of what else there is in here that has been. Oh, I just got a new skill, which is dash. But unlike the first game, it's not like you hold and like you rocket across the screen dash thing. It's a dash where you hit, I think it's R2, and you just start sprinting across the screen way faster than she usually sprints. And then you can do longer jumps, and you can do an air dash, like a really quick air dash to get out of the way of stuff. And that air dash feels really good. There was a boss I fought before the end of my last stream where she would kind of like teleport and have this huge... This game actually does this much better. They do, they'll show the area where the boss is going to attack is this big glowing ring. So you know the area you need to get out of. And I was able to, if I was stuck in the middle of that ring, I was actually able to dash my way out of it in the middle of the air. So it's felt really good being able to like dash away from an enemy, have the enemy land, and then have like that 45-degree angle attack to get closer to an enemy and then land on the ground and slash a couple more times. Like, it feels like you're building combos more than anything else, and that feels really, really solid. I actually also just got a movement upgrade that lets me float down using my cape, almost like Princess Peach in Super Mario 2. You have that kind of like long descending...
The float jump.
Yeah, the float jump. It also catches air with... if you have like air going underneath you. And I have been surprised at this game once already of seeing an upgrade and being like, okay, yeah, I definitely need that upgrade to get over this area that I can't traverse, and then have the game be like, no, actually, we're just going to give you a different skill, and that's what's going to get you over where you're going to go. So it's nice to know that there's still some stuff in here that it's like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Like, one of the last, minor spoilers, one of the last few upgrades you get in that game is a double jump. Like, it saves it in that game for very, 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 very late. so that was kind of a nice surprise. And it's nice to see that there's still some stuff in these games where it's not like, all right, the third upgrade you get is the double jump, and then after that you get this, and then you're getting this weapon and that stuff. So I'm really enjoying it. I think in the best way it is more Hollow Knight. But I think if you liked Hollow Knight and you are welcome, or like, or at least open to playing a game that's similar to it enough but different enough to be fresh, then I think you'll probably like Silksong. I mean, I probably don't have to sell anybody on it at this point because it's the biggest game in the industry right now, but you're muted, Nimp.
Because I was typing something. Apparently it's crashed storefronts.
It crashed
across
all of the storefronts.
board. Yeah.
Like it was really funny. It was there were no pre-orders or preloads available, which I hope more stores will not force developers to do, but heavily encourage developers to do.
Yeah.
That it went available at 7 a.m. Pacific, and my stream was at 9. And I was like, I'll have plenty of time to get it. And I think I only purchased it maybe 5 minutes before my stream was going to go live, and that's because they had taken down the listing of the game on PSN and had to relist it for some reason.
Yeah. On Push Square, they were talking about at 12:15 on release day. They were like, yeah, it may be another 2 hours before anyone can get this game.
Yeah, like Steam's payment processors wasn't working at all. Like, it crashed the Switch store. Like, all of the stores were having a ton of problems. So I think the highest CCU, which is concurrent users, on Steam for the first day was 500,000 people, which is just
Twitch as well, right? Like 320,000.
Yeah.
Beat out all the old classics.
Yep. Yeah, it's been absolutely huge, which is great for.
It's also only $20.
Yeah, it's also like
Yeah,
just
I was
like
gonna say $20.
A whole separate, like, the number of people that are out there, indie developers that are complaining that it's only $20. Like, look, the indie space does have a race to the bottom problem for pricing, but I'm going to take as many wins as I can in 2025.
Yeah.
The year of our capitalism, 2025.
I almost want to buy it right now, knowing full well that I'm not going to play it anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I literally installed it from Game Pass and then purchased it like 2 minutes later.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I already know I'm going to play it. I'm probably not going to play it in time for it to still be on Game Pass, so I might as well just buy it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so unsurprisingly, it's really good. I'm really excited to dive more into it. I haven't really felt lost yet so far, which has been really great. I feel like it's I feel like the first Hollow Knight did have that problem every once in a while where there weren't enough landmarks in an area to say, like, okay, no, I am going in a loop. Let me go back and find a different way to go. I think the speed at which you can buy the markers on the map and buy your maps feels a little bit slower than the first one, but it feels like you have way more money, the rosary beads, by the time that you're ready to buy that stuff. So it feels like it balanced out a little bit of like, okay, I now found Chakra, the big bug lady that does the maps, and now I can buy like 3 or 4 of the things that she has. So that felt pretty good. And then after the first time you find her, she will show up in town too, which is really nice. But yeah, Silksong is really great. I've been having a blast with it. I'm looking forward to playing more of it. It's sort of killing me that I'm only playing it on stream. I'm only playing video games at all on stream right now because I'm busy with other stuff. But it's kind of killing me because I'm like, I just really sit here and play a lot more of this right now, but I can't. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Darn,
all.
trying to hold the schedule.
That's right.
Yep.
That's all I'm playing this week. But that's also all the episode we have this week because literally everything got out of the way of Silksong. There are no releases and there are no news stories other than, hey, Silksong is the biggest thing on the planet.
Yep.
So, which you have probably heard, even if you're not playing it, just because of how big it is. So, if you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us is on the right-hand side of the page. Don't forget to join our Discord server, discord.tvgp.tv. You can join the best community on the internet chatting in there. I'm not just saying that to make everyone feel good. They are the best community on the internet. I think I've only had to ban one person on the Discord server over however many years we've been running the server. That's bananas.
I was gonna say, generally everyone is fairly cordial.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you'll catch a stray bullet,
Sure.
usually from me. But
community's usually like, man, we don't do that here, man. Which is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to sign up to be a patron over at e1m1.cash.
What's the numbers?
$5 a month tier is the recommended one. Anything above and beyond that is greatly appreciated. If you can't support us financially, liking, commenting, subscribing to the YouTube videos is a huge help. Reminder that everything on the public feed has a video version to it as well. Please rate us positively on your podcatcher of choice. That stuff really does help. And if you are a patron, we haven't talked about it for a while. If you are a patron, don't forget to connect your Discord account on your Patreon page to get access to the super secret Patreon Peeps channel. That's not the most active channel we have, but everybody in there is also really cool too. So, all right, I think I'm gonna go lay down and take a nap. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Goodbye.
bye.
All right, Nimp. What are your titles?
All right, this first one can be a whole thing, which I think would push too far, or be a two-parter.
Okay.
So I've got To Rip and Tear Until It's Done, or To Rip and Tear.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Hula Dance. Bafanada.
No. No, let's not add that back into the lexicon
I
again,
have
please.
to assume it's already been a title at some point.
Actually, I don't think we've done that, but it's been in the
I don't
lexicon
think it has been.
for a couple weeks. People have been like, oh, is the Bafanada lady back?
Yeah. And my last one, are you D-pad or analog?
All right, Moon, what do you have?
A Little Feverish. How did he get in that coffin? The Biggest Whiplashes. From a Certain Point of View. The Silksong of RoboCop games. The Old Subs and Dubs. And Crashed All Storefronts.
Well, I gotta write down the Silksong of RoboCop games. That's a killer title. I have Is Carl Active? To Rip and Tear, Bafanada, Are You D-pad or Analog, or the Silksong of RoboCop games. I kind of like that RoboCop one.
I'm fine with that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nothing really jumping out today.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna circle it.
And I am ready.
Me too.
Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 933 for September 8th, 2025. The Silksong of RoboCop games.
Is it rampant capitalism?
When does Ed 209 show up?
All right, thank you very much, everyone, for listening and watching. We do greatly appreciate it. We hope we'll see you next week. Bye.
Ed 209 is the old guy from the first game.
There you go.
Goodbye.
You actually get to play as Ed 209 in Unfinished